Good morning, everybody. Hope you are all good. I'm just going to share my screen and get started today. Thank you all so much for coming on. Hope you are all safe and happy in your homes. My name is Ange Loughran, and I'm a Diamond Sapphire Manager. And it is my absolute pleasure today to share a little bit of insight into my story and how I use social media on a daily basis. So it's been 9.5 years now that I've been working with Forever from home on social media. So this lockdown lifestyle is pretty much the normal day-to-day for me, because this is how I've always done business. However, I appreciate that for those that build their businesses face-to-face, it's a little bit different. What's not different is how we all started. So we all start with that application form and the business in the box. And then we get started not knowing how it's going to go and if we can do it and what's going to happen, and struggling to make that first 4 CCs. And that was me back in September 2010. I have to confess, in the first year, I didn't quite get it right. But by 2013, I had become the kind of poster girl for social media for Forever Living, and I was presenting trainings all around the world. In 2015, I was one of the first members of the Executive Global Leadership Team, doing over 12,500 case credits, which is proof that this can work if you master it. By 2016, I'd reached the position of Diamond Sapphire Manager, only the 3rd in the UK at that time. But the thing was, I wasn't even living in the UK. I was living right here where I am in Lanzarote, working online with people in the UK. Let's talk about how people are feeling right now. As we go through this state of alert, this pandemic, 99% of people are feeling pretty scared for their futures. Much like the lady in this picture, they're feeling trapped in their homes, fearful for their finances, a bit negative about life, and lonely, missing social interaction. They're feeling out of control of their routine, and many people right now are feeling very unhealthy. But how me and my team feel right now is completely different. We're feeling excited for our future. We're feeling grateful and safe to be in our homes, working as always. We're able to get control of our finances. We're feeling positive about life and grateful for the online social interaction that we have as a team. We're staying healthy and we are in control of our routines. What 99% of the world is sharing to the people on social media right now is bad news, rants about politics, complaints about the lockdown and especially other people and their behaviour in the lockdown, links from the news about what the government isn't doing to help people, and stories of disease, virus and death. And the people that are sharing these don't realise, but they're actually adding to the darkness and depression. And you have to ask yourself with your social media, are you that person that's making other people feel worse? Or are you like what me and my team are doing and spreading positivity on social media? Good news, lots of fun from the lockdown, information on how we can help people, stories of success and gratitude, our routines, how we can work from home, and we are creating the light that people are craving and not adding to that darkness. Can you see the difference there? And sometimes you might not realize what you are doing. So it's a really good time right now to review everything that you've been posting on social media. And next time you post, think, am I adding to the darkness or am I contributing to the light that the world needs right now? So I know there's a lot of text on here, but I really wanted to share with you what my work looks like on a day-to-day basis. At the moment, I'm working a minimum of 7 hours each day, not because I have to, but because I want to. And my business has increased 30% in March from what it was in February. I know we're now nearly at the end of April, but the figures aren't quite in yet. So I've become busier than ever. It's my passion and I have people to help. So here is how I run my day. You know, you've probably all stopped listening to what I've said and started reading the screen now, but I'm going to read it out to you anyway. So generally by 8 o'clock, I tend to be having coffee. I listen to Positivity FM, have a little dance around the kitchen. I do my exercise. Then it's on to showering, feeding the dogs. I check in with my team on Facebook and on WhatsApp. I leave positive voice clips for customers and prospects, following them up. And this continues all throughout the day. At 10 a.m. every morning, I lead a Zoom call with the team. More on that later. And 11 o'clock, I start to engage and post on social media, replying to my inboxes, following up with people. At 12 o'clock, this is when I start to coach my active team members one-to-one on FaceTime or Skype or Zoom, log on to any company trainings just like this one, and stay connected and motivated with everything. I could also start to do my one-to-one presentations during that time. And around 4 or 5 o'clock, my daughter, who is 15, has finished her online classes with school, and I like to finish work and get on with having some family time. So my days are very much now exactly how they were before the lockdown started. So I want to give you some of the examples of the posts from my Facebook. So first of all, you'll see that my Facebook is very colourful, bright, motivational, positive. I have got 3 samples of posts here. The first post where you see me with the aloe vera is actually a post where I talk about both the products and the opportunity in one, talking about why I love to drink aloe and the opportunity for people to work with us from home. The second post is promoting Wire Fires, which is a small company where they make handmade fires, which I bought 4 years ago. And I posted this as I know lots of people are at the moment in their gardens, and I wanted to help keep this small business busy by sharing that they have a 40% discount in April. And I know that lots of people ordered or made inquiries after I posted that. So that's me promoting someone else's business. The third post you'll see is where I shared an appeal to raise money for the abandoned dogs here in Lanzarote where I live, and that post has helped so far to raise over €500. So those 3 different types of posts, pretty much what most people will expect when they come to my profile, because I'm so consistent with the types of things that I post, because I know who I am, what I want, who I like to help. It's pretty obvious that when you come to my post, you're going to see lifestyle, you're going to see the products, you're going to see the opportunity, and pretty much always going to see something about dogs. Now, these posts, if you were a stranger looking at my post for the first time, you'd probably get quite a good impression of the kind of person I was just from these posts. Here are some of the groups that I hang out in. Well, there's two examples here, actually. So I always have networked within Facebook groups, and that's how I was recruited myself by my sponsor in a Facebook group. So naturally, it's somewhere that I also have managed to find customers, new friends, and recruits. I'm going to give you 2 examples of groups that are too big for networking. So there's this group called Family Lockdown Tips and Ideas with over 1 million members in the UK. That group would be fantastic if I'd started it myself, but sadly I didn't. And that's a group that I, pop in to get some ideas and inspiration, but I don't actually post or engage in this group because I would be too small to be seen and to be heard and to make a difference. And the next group along is a similar big group in Spain where I am called Stay at Home, and that has over nearly 250,000 people in the group. And again, that's too big for me to hang out in. So actually I've chosen 2 smaller groups. You'll see there's 2 direct alternatives here. Lanzarote Lockdown Things to Do for the Kids with only 226 people, and Lanzarote Lockdown just generally about the lockdown and this situation with just over 2,000 people. Now these are groups where I can find people in my local area. They are much smaller, so contributors are noticed more. And I can really make a difference in this group by engaging, sharing, posting, And from both of these groups, I have had opportunities to help out a lot in the local community with helping to feed families that are, and organise the food for families that are suffering right now, not being able to work. And I've also been aloe to share some aloe plants from my garden, as everybody seems to be doing gardening right now. And I don't know if any of you grow aloe, but they multiply really fast. And I've also managed to become friends with a lot of people on these groups that I didn't know before, because there are people now hanging out in local community groups that didn't have time to hang out in them before. So I'm actually meeting new neighbours, well, not new neighbours, but people I didn't know lived around here. And we are all sharing in the community spirit. And there's never been a better time right now to hang out in your local community groups. But I think the more local and the smaller, actually, the better. Instagram is also one of my great passions, and I love to post on Instagram daily. It's probably the platform I'm most active on. So again, you'll see it's a very bright post, and I tend to share in stories. And in stories, I share my healthy eating, my exercise, and pictures of me working from home, generally on Zoom. These posts were screenshot a little while ago, and generally around 1,000 people a day will look at my stories. Now, a great thing to do is to create highlights. The highlights are those little circles that you see under edit profile, and that's where you can kind of pin your post from your story. I've got a really amazing one since I made this presentation called Meet Victoria, where I've shared the story about a lady in my team, a manager, called Victoria. I've shared her story about how she joined, what her story was, and also with a call to action for people to watch a video that Victoria has done right there in my link. And that has already created, I think I did that on Saturday or Sunday, and that has already created one really good prospect of a lady who has been following me for a while from my local gym, who is at home now, unable to work in a hotel, and has said that she is absolutely intrigued by my story and watching my video. And I'm sure that she is probably only one of many that are going to come through, because that actually now is saved, that story, as a highlight. You're all welcome to go across and follow me and watch that highlight to get inspiration and ideas. So I love to save my highlights, and I probably post more in stories than I do in the grid. And the grid is where you can see the picture of the fire, the dog, and me with the aloe. So that's an example of some of my posts on Instagram. Now, I want to let you know a little bit later about how you can do more on Instagram. But one top tip whilst I'm here is, when you upload your stories, you can do a location tag. So you can tag your local community. And when you do that, what happens is your stories will appear in the story of your local community. So that's exposing you not just to the people that follow you, but to other people. I also like to go into my local community story every day and have a look who else is posting, what they're posting, and follow and engage with them. LinkedIn is the more professional platform. Now, this is where the boardroom is. This is like, I kind of look at the other platforms as playgrounds, and I look at LinkedIn as the boardroom. So it's a much more professional platform. As you can see, my photos are more professional. And the kind of things that I share on there would be articles. One of the things that I shared was top tips from working from home in lockdown. And I also share and engage on other inspiring business or useful business stories. This is one of my favourite, where a cabin crew from British Airways had not been able to fly, so he'd swapped his British Airways uniform for an Asda uniform. So I was engaging and sharing on that. And again, just like all other platforms, engage in sharing other people's things and promoting other people's businesses and services is almost as important, if not more important, than sharing your own. I always am the biggest cheerleader and the biggest flag waver for other businesses in my local community, and I'm well known for being that support person. LinkedIn isn't really where you would share your workout photos unless you are a personal trainer or in the fitness industry, and it's not really where you'd share your breakfast unless you were a chef. TikTok is a mega fun platform, and TikTok, I think, is probably if you are a little bit younger than me, because I'm 42. I think it's more kind of like the 18 or like 16 to kind of 30 maximum kind of age group, but you know, any age can go on any platform. And TikTok is more kind of mega fun, comedy, singing, dancing, instructional videos and storytelling. But actually many people are using it for business, and I really think that this is the next up and coming channel. And also, if you have a great TikTok account, that can drive people to your Instagram and other platforms and help really people to let people know your personality a lot more. So this is 2 videos here. One I'm going to play for you, hopefully that works, which is just like a fun singing video with my daughter. And the other one is one that she posted on her page, where she did a little story, a little video about me doing her nails for the first time during the lockdown. And actually that one went viral. I think that at the time of screenshotting this, it had over 4,500 likes. So yeah, that went very, very popular. My daughter, who is 15, has got 35,000 followers over on TikTok. You can see her username there. And she says that most of her new Instagram followers come from TikTok, which proves that if you link the 2 accounts, then you can drive a lot of traffic to your Instagram, so people can see you on TikTok, see the kind of person you are. If they want to know more, go over to Instagram, and then that's exposing them to your daily stories and your links. So let me see if I can press play. I'm not sure if I can on one of these videos. I'm just going to play that again because it's so short and some of you might have missed it. So you can see the kind of thing that you can have fun with there. I'm not actually going to play the instructional one with all the text because it's actually got some lyrics that aren't family friendly on there. So I'm going to skip that one, but you can all go across to Arabella Poxon 2 on TikTok to see that. So here is, at the time, I think around the 14th of April, a little snapshot into my inboxes. On the left, you will see my inbox for Instagram, and on the right, you will see my inbox for LinkedIn. They are very, very, very full. I tend to try to clear those at least once a week daily. I do try to do them daily. But I want to show you that all of these are generated, these messages are generated because of my activity, because I'm consistent, because I'm patient, because I post and engage on other people's posts every day, and because people are starting to know, like, and trust me. And that's important because people will buy you before they buy any of your products. So be patient. A full inbox won't happen in one day. But following the tips and being consistent will help you to build relationships with your audience and followers, and hopefully soon you will have an inbox like mine too. And an empty inbox is an empty wallet. A full inbox is a full wallet. So I'm going to go back to what I said about the Zoom calls in my day-to-day activities. So at 11 o'clock every day, we hold a Zoom session, which is open to the whole of the team. So we say hello to each other, we share a few tips just like this, but just for the first minute or so. And then we press mute, and we are all on video, and then we do our own work together. And the idea is in that hour, we are making our contacts, doing our follow-ups, we're making our calls, we're leaving our voice clips, and we're very actively having 40 to 60 minutes of pure income producing activity. And the reason that we do it together is because it makes us feel like we are not alone, because we are not, and also it gives us content to post, and it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. We just love being on together, and it's really made us a lot more connected. And it's also great to say, oh, hey, does anybody want to share what they're doing today? Does anyone want to share what worked yesterday? So yeah, we do that Monday to Saturday. We don't do it on Sundays. And I think I'll be pretty lost without that. So I know that sometimes these platforms and the technology is a bit confusing, and you might think I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. But obviously that is just your mindset, and you need to flick that switch and change your mindset. Just learn one social media platform at a time. Don't try to learn them all together. You'll get confused and frustrated. Much like if you wanted to learn how to play the violin and the piano, you wouldn't be having lessons with both of them every day. You'd learn to master the piano and then you'd learn to master the violin. So just learn one platform at a time. And you can simply do that by going on YouTube and typing in how to do Instagram, how to do Instagram stories, how to engage in Facebook groups. Everything that you want to know is right there on YouTube. And there's no excuse for not having time to learn, because that's one thing we all seem to have a lot of at the moment, time. You could also learn from following me, but don't get distracted. I tend to actually, any FBOs that Forever Living business owners that I am connected with, I tend to actually mute their stories because as much as I love them, I want to engage with people that aren't in Forever rather than people in Forever. But if you want to follow me to learn and get inspiration on how to do things, please go ahead. Take advantage of this time that we've got right now. I think we will never in our lifetime have another situation where we have the time to showcase what we do. And almost everybody in the world right now needs our products, and they also need to earn extra income from home. Don't waste this opportunity. So just do it and stop overthinking. So let's have a little recap. Some of my top 5 tips for success on working from home online. Be visible. Show up every single day on your social media. Provide value. Teach people things. Educate people. Be consistent. As I said, when people follow me, they know what they're going to get. They know who I am. They know the sort of posts that they can expect. And that's why they stay engaged with me and they stay following. Engage back with your followers. Support other businesses. Like and comment on other people's posts and share their posts too. Have a lot of fun. Hey, it's in our mission statement, isn't it? And what is this business if it's not fun? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I'm going to invite you all to ask, well, not all of you, because I think there's 500 of you on, but I'm going to invite some of you to ask some questions. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so Katie Buxton says, how do you respond to people who watch your stories? So I don't respond to all of them because it's over 1,000 a day generally, and a lot of them are FBOs. So I don't tend to respond to people that watch my stories, but I tend to respond to people that actually make a like or a laughing face, or they comment. And I always respond to people via voice clip. So I always, because I think anybody can ignore a message that's typed, but no one will ever ignore a voice clip. So I always just leave a little friendly voice clip back. Thanks so much for engaging on my story. How are you? How's the lockdown going for you? Where are you? And that kind of thing. Claire Cotton, love the virtual office. I've started doing this with my team. It's so good to check in with each other and cheerlead each other on. Exactly. Oh, Torin is on, our new diamond manager. Luca says, do you use Facebook paying ads at all? No, I don't. I don't use any paid advertising at all. As you can see from my inboxes, I have enough leads just with what I put out organically. So right now, I don't have the necessity to use any paid ads. But again, Facebook paid ads is something that you can learn from YouTube. Richard Williams, hello. What is the best way to offer the business opportunity? Do you message them or post work at home? No, I don't use that hashtag, but generally my followers can see what I do. They are very clear on what I do, and I have generally my leads come in. I don't have to go out, and that's because of the social media that I put out. Do I do a one-to-one, or do I send a 5-minute video and then BP? So in my Instagram, I have a Linktree account, which is a free thing, Linktree, which is a free thing that you can set up where you can put all of your videos on one link. So I tend to say to people, to find out more, check the link in my bio, for example, on Instagram, and they can watch my videos there, and they can choose the length of video that they watch. But yeah, I do tend to use videos rather than doing one-to-ones. but that's my personal choice because I just think that a consumer nowadays, the way that we consume information, we want short, sharp videos. And then later on, I can get on a call or a FaceTime with them to answer their questions. Chris says, I like the daily setup you have. Can you share what your daily agenda was like when you first started earlier on in the journey? Well, Chris, I was working 12 to 16 hours a day, and it was mostly with team, doing one-to-one trainings with them and taking them through the First Steps to Manager booklet, because it was really exciting and really busy, and also taking care of Clean 9 customers a lot. Again, in groups, because how I launched my business was by really going crazy for Clean 9. Amanda Box, hey Ange, with being consistent on Instagram, what subjects do you focus on? So Amanda, I focus on subjects that are passionate to me. So generally, people know that when they come to me, they'll see me supporting other businesses, they'll see something to do with dogs, they'll see lifestyle, and they'll see the business. Susan says, how would you talk to someone about the business and other Facebook pages without being too pushy? I literally just engage with them about what's happening in that group, and then I tend to, once I have some kind of rapport with them, add them as a friend. They will generally accept me because they'll say, oh, that's Ange from the group and she's really helpful, and then they start to watch my stories. So I'm not really doing outbound, I'm doing enough activity to see inbound results. Adam May, when you engage in groups, do you target specific people because they look like good prospects? Yes, I do. I've become an expert at scanning through somebody's profile and knowing if they are possibly the type of people that would love to work with us, or that I would enjoy working with, because I think that's important. So Amanda says, how will it look if you've been pretty inactive on Facebook to suddenly posting several times a day? You know, take it easy. I think that the first thing you need to do is to review your profile picture and your cover picture, make sure they are color coordinated, make sure they look professional, make sure they look fun, and then just start slowly. You don't have to post several times a day. Just warm up to it and just do it in the time that you feel comfortable. Amy, do you keep your posts short with bullet points on essential info, or do you use long-winded posts? I will never read a long-winded post on Facebook or watch a long video. So I give people the information, and I write posts and I create content that I would like to read and I would be patient enough to read. So in answer to that, bullet points. Joyce, what do you say to people when introducing the business on Facebook? They tend to come to me and ask me, but if I was to say something, it would very much depend on them. But for example, it could be, oh, hey, I see you're at home. Are you actually working? Well, you wouldn't say I see you're at home now, but how are you doing from home? Are you managing to work still? Or, you know, is your company closed? And just open a conversation. Questions are the answers. And if you don't have that book by Alan Pease, Questions Are the Answers, then I certainly recommend that you get it. Did I use paid ads at the start? I think I used to boost Facebook posts at the start. Which is your favorite platform for Forever Living products and recruitment? I love the website that you get with FLP 360, and I find the Forever Living UK YouTube channel a really useful resource for videos. Mia Johnson, do you accept all friends requests on social media? Mostly yes, unless I can see it's a scam. You can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook, so right now I can't accept any FBOs, but I tend to accept most people unless they look like they have a strange profile, because there's a lot of fake profiles around. Social media can take over your whole life. How do you keep boundaries on your time when it's so easy just to fly away? Absolutely. I mean, I don't tend to start anything on social. I kind of try to keep it between 9 in the morning and 8 at night, and after that I don't like to be doing much on there, even answering WhatsApps. I just think that I really just respect my time and my family time, and I'm on my phone so much during the day that when it's family time I don't want to be on the phone. So it's just kind of being strict with myself. Are you blatant with the fact that you are recruiting and looking for salespeople? Absolutely. Someone's asking about their Instagram account. Would you recommend anything particular with regards to an Instagram name? Yes, I would recommend using your own name. Do you get lots trying to sell you shout outs? Yes, I do get lots trying to sell me shout outs, and usually it's not a real person behind those kind of spam messages that you get, so I don't tend to respond. How did I grow my followers? Organically. Do you build your following on Instagram? Do you follow a lot of people? No, I don't, because I find it distracting to follow a lot of people. Do you use WhatsApp? They say network marketers can't use WhatsApp business app. Can this be changed? I don't know about that, but I do use WhatsApp, but it's a personal account. Any advice on how to use hashtags and increase followers? Oh, that's a whole new training, and I think there's a new training coming on that soon. How do you deal with people if they just want to try something? Report and block. Do you think it's advisable to sponsor posts on your own page? Only if you have completely exhausted your who do you know list and you feel that you've completely done everything you can do organically, and then only then would you start to pay for advertising. Can you link a page from FLP 360 shop to an Insta post or Insta story? You can put it in your bio, and you can say link in bio. How long did it take you post on social media until you got customers and team members? Gosh, this is a long time ago now. It's nearly 10 years ago. But I would say it took a month to get my first team member, Debbie Nawangwa, who's on now, soaring manager and top leader in the UK. But I went really hard with the Clean 9, and because I did it so well myself and got such good results, people immediately started asking me questions about it, and I turned many of those Clean 9 customers into team members. How long did it take me to reach supervisor? 9 days. What do you post on groups, and how often do you post? Very much, I try to contribute with ideas, fun posts. I go in once a day to all of my groups. Do you use the link tree for Facebook bio too? Yes, you can. Is dad dancing allowable on TikTok, Humphrey? That would be amazing. Absolutely. Be you, show off your dad dancing, and other people that are like you or who love dad dancing will start to flock to you, and those are the people you want to work with. Do you have personal accounts or do you have business accounts too? I did have business accounts, but I found it overwhelming trying to keep everything updated, so I just have personal accounts. I even deactivated my business page on Facebook. Do you track your contacts, relationship building? Yes, I have paths and agendas, and I do everything on paper and pen. Do you post forever on separate page or to your personal page? Personal. I think I've answered most of these questions now. Is it reasonable to offer the business opportunity to those on furlough, or is there a legal reason not to? Unfortunately, I haven't been a resident of the UK for nearly 20 years now, so that's not something I'd be able to give advice on. But I'm sure that you could do a Google and maybe HMRC would be able to help you with that one. Your LinkedIn profile looks like you don't work alongside Aloe Vera of America anymore. Yeah, we can't represent ourselves as being employees of Aloe Vera of America. We have to, we are independent of that, but I did want to show off the company and link the company page on there. What alerts to a profile being fake? So you tend to know if a profile is fake if they have just started the profile, if they don't have any true kind of engagements or photos or things like that. That tends to be a good indication. Okay, guys, there's an awful lot of questions there. So I think that many of you will be able to watch the recording of this. I think it's posted on Forever Knowledge, and I think that they will be more social media individual training. So I think that hopefully we might get one just on Instagram, because each platform is so different. It's really hard to give like actual trainings on each one in this short time, but I do hope that in these 40 minutes you've learned something useful and you've been inspired. And the first thing that I would love you to do is to go and review your own social media right now and just have a little clean up and have a little rehash of your social media, and then just concentrate one by one on each platform and growing each platform. And as I said, lots of information and training is over on YouTube, from all kinds of trainers all around the world. Just find one that you like and immerse yourselves in some training and just try it and have fun and don't be scared. Okay guys, I hope that helped, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Take care.